We are back live at Bill Harris Arena, continuing coverage of open round action from the SIAC basketball tournament. We turn our attention now to men's basketball. Two teams in purple. It'll be the Magicians of LeMoyne-Owen College, 5th in the West, 10-17 overall, 5-14 in SIAC play, and they will meet the Tigers of Benedict College, 4th in the East, 9-19 overall, and 11-8 in SIAC play. Players already been introduced here inside the Bill Harris Arena, getting ready for a shotgun start in this one. As the players make it onto the field, we'll tell you about the starting lineups as they go. It'll be Ashton Morton, Dembe Kanate, Martez Briggs, Jaquan Brown, and Jaquan Lawrence starting for the Magicians of LeMoyne-Owen College. For the Tigers of Benedict College, they will go with all SIAC player Brandon Morris. He'll be joined by Cairo Brown, Dimitri Cook, Jelani Watson-Gale, and Umar Frost, the starting five for the Tigers of Benedict College. Benedict coached by Fred Watson in his 15th season, and William Anderson, the head coach of the Magicians of LeMoyne-Owen College. Teams met once during the regular season. That ball game won by the Tigers of Benedict 67-87, but we'll see what happens here in this SIAC basketball game. It'll be Kanate jumping against Morris to get us going. Glad you could join us here on HBCU Game Day for our continuing coverage of the SIAC tournament. Charles Ward, Tolly Carr, and Toby Durham from Raleigh here with the broadcast.
Brandon Morris might be the most talented player individually that we've seen so far today. I think I can say hands down probably is. He can do it inside, outside. He has the height, the body. Player of the year last year. Not this year, but not because he didn't get any better.
Sure. He did well. Sure. 17 points on the regular season for him, 4th in scoring in the conference. On a half-court set, that's the man we're talking about there. Morris to the rack hard, and he drew a correction on that. That's Frost inside the paint. He's going to the rack, and he's fouled.
And, you know, Morris, his calling card is from the elbow, triple threat. Am I going to shoot? Am I going to drive? He sizes up his defender, and we see right there he's going to go to the free throw line, a chance to hit two.
And it was Morris on the penetration, the senior from Lithonia, Georgia, played at Miller Grove High School. 2-time All-SIAC player, now 3-time SIAC player.
Yeah, started out in Georgia. Things didn't quite work out there. He found a home in Benedict, and it's been a very sweet home for him indeed.
Rattles that first free throw, the lefty good on that one. So our first points of the ball game come from the free throw line, and they belong to Brandon Morris. Expect this basketball game to be up and down a very quick pace for both teams. Kanate, the redshirt senior from Mali, collects that rebound for LeMoyne-Owen. Out front, that's Brown handling the basketball.
And maybe the best mascot, or at least name, the Magicians.
Sure.
It does not get any better than that.
Expect some things to happen when you name that. Whistles inside the paint, a travel violation against the Magicians of LeMoyne-Owen College. And they will turn the basketball over for the first time in the contest. So that's Watson-Gale with the basketball. Right side over to Cook. Now Morris with Frost with a handle.
You know, Morris is the type of guy that he makes you look away from the ball. You watch him and like, oh, where's he going? What is he going to do? Casual fan just follows the ball. I'm looking at Morris and see where he's going to get his money from today on the court.
Brown on a penetration right side there, and he was fouled. So he will go to the line. Tigers of Benedict from the free throw line, first in the SIAC, shooting 75% as a team. And the first free throw by Brown from the line, his first offering, is off the mark. Yeah,
that's the announcer jinx right there. You right out of the gate. Good job, Charles Ward.
Don't mention it. 1 out of 2 that trip for Brown, making a 2-0 lead for Benedict. They show zone defense as the Magicians try to attack that.
What do you say there? 3-2? Is that what you're seeing?
Looks like it to me, yep. They work it inside and now across the floor. That's Brown on the penetration, Jaquan Brown. They go right corner now. Brown slides the paint and he drew a foul. So they'll call the foul on Lamar Frost. Frost, a sophomore from Newark, New Jersey, 6'7", 235 pounds. He'll pick up his first foul of the ball game. 18:06 left, first half play.
Boy, that's a basketball name, Frost. When he goes cold from time to time, I'm sure he hears that a lot, doesn't he?
Brown, the junior from the Bronx, got the first free throw for LeMoyne. Missed on the second. The topper will give the basketball over to Benedict.
Wow, we just have the Northern Alliance here. You got the Bronx, you got Newark. All these guys down in one of the great southern cities of Birmingham.
Indeed. Left side, way outside is Brown. Missed the three-pointer. Rebound cleared there by Kanate.
Whoa. There's a lot of size on the court right now.
Yeah, you look at these teams, both of them are long.
It's rare that you see that many players that size in a Division II game.
Briggs inside the paint, stumbles toward the rack, and they'll get him for the travel violation.
I'm trying to look at some of the height out there.
Well, if you look at my roster, you won't see it there for LeMoyne. Jump shot out front there, missed by Watson Gale.
I'm going to use my guessometer. There's at least 3 players 6'8" and above for LeMoyne right now.
Right side behind the arc, that's Jaquan Brown with the basketball. Down at the rack, got it to Jaquan Lawrence, and Lawrence missed on that shot.
Hey, this game is brought to you by Big and Tall.
Right side on the move, Watson Gale lost it on the inside maneuver, but it came clear to Cook. He fires the jumper on the cylinder, got off. Morris with the rebound, strong put back. They're going to wave it off, though.
Oh, come on. Give him. He works that hard. Give it to him.
It's not a gimmick-type game here. You got to earn it, Tolly.
That's the sign of a great big man who doesn't have to put the ball on the ground, gets the rebound, is able to compose himself, get the shot back up. I would have gave him a little continuation on that.
They'll inbound it, just left of the cylinder. Frost to Morris. Now Brown, Tyro Brown over to Cook. Left post. Frost had it taken away. Good steal there by the Magicians. They go 3-on-2 to the rack. Floater is good. Nicely done by Jaquan Brown, the junior from the Bronx, for LeMoyne-Owen.
Yep, showed the deft touch right there.
Full court pressure by the Magicians. Now into a half court set for the Tigers of Benedict. 3-2 lead.
The score doesn't match the pace and intensity that we've seen so far.
Yeah, we thought it would be kind of an up and down affair. Frost out front now, over to Morris. Looking for some space. Left side finds some, dumps it in the corner. 3-point shot there by Watson Gale. That's off the mark. Frost clears in the inside, though, and now the basketball comes free. And I think it's going to stay with the Tigers of Benedict. We'll check it. No, they're going to give it over to the Magicians. It's Coach William Anderson taking the opportunity to give the officials a full ear. And he's also going to take that opportunity to take a timeout.
Hey, I just want to take a moment here to remind everyone it's going to be a broken record by the end of the week, but every game that we do is its own individual stream. So we have 2 games in the bag already. So look, if you're a fan of Fort Valley, if you're a fan of Miles, and they've all played already. And if you missed any of those games, maybe you're tuning in late, and you didn't have an opportunity to catch it live, you can go to hbcugameday.com. You can find our post that has the events for today's action. You can go to our YouTube channel as well. And if you have a rooting interest in that game, maybe it's really near and dear to your heart, you can watch that replay. It's going to be there as long as YouTube is in existence, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
No, that's probably one of the safest bets you can make.
Yeah, so we're having a great time here. Tolly Carr along with Charles Ward, just a a low-scoring affair here early on, but I do anticipate business to pick up and pick up big here before too long, Charles.
Indeed. It's going to be exciting to cover the later rounds of this tournament when the fans start to really pile in here. And even probably we'll see it here even in this opening round with the ball game coming up next as it gets closer to people getting off work and making their way over to the facility. And just an outstanding job by HBCU Game Day to really kind of get into this and dissect it and turn it into a social media platform so we can integrate some of the fans and some of the organizers of this tournament to really talk about what goes into this as an event each year.
Stick around at halftime. Line dancers, church ministry, old school. It's going to be good. I hope. They look like they knew what they were doing.
I saw them out there as well. Brown, Cairo that is, handles out front. He's another New York native from Brooklyn.
Man, that recruiting budget must be pretty big here.
Here's Morris trying to dump it down low to Frost. Underneath too far gives Lawrence a chance to reject that shot, but the basketball comes back to the Tigers. Right side, Cook challenges on the inside. Hard fall by him, no call. 3-on-2 for the Magicians. Up the floor with the lay-in. Nicely done by Ashton Morton, the senior.
Yeah, that was a nasty fall on the other end. Glad he's okay.
Still kind of feeling that hip on the right side as Cook after the fall.
Yeah, my word association is hip pointer when I see something like that.
Same here. Out front for three, Cairo Brown. He found the way back. Nice job with the triple there.
He's got a little awkward release, but it works for him. He got that one to go.
So Cairo with the three-pointer. That's his fourth point of the ball game. Out front now, sliding left side is Jaquan Brown all the way through the paint. Now down at the block, he worked it to Kanate. Kanate leads back with the jumper, and boy,
I love that
nicely
move.
done.
He felt that weight on his left. I got you, I got you. He pulled the chair, spun away to his opposite shoulder.
Could
love
not
that
do that
move.
any better, absolutely not.
And that's just motion after motion, repetitive motion, understanding. When you feel that, that's the shot.
Out front now. Cook with the basketball, slides across the floor. Here's Brown again for three. This one he rattles and hits the back of the iron. Rebound clear to Jaquan Brown for the Magicians. On the give, nicely done on the give. Reverse lay-in, shots off the mark. Had it down at the block. That was Rashawn Ellis trying to convert there. Morris back the other way. They push it inside. Nice pass across the block to Frost, and Frost fights his way up to get that shot left side.
He took a lot of contact. That could have been an and one.
Tied at 7 now.
Yeah, I think this is the pace we were looking for. They're starting to find their rhythm here, both teams.
13:45 left in this first half of play. Morton, hard push right side all the way through. He drew the foul inside. It'll be Cairo Brown chasing that play. And he commits the foul, sends Morton to the line to shoot.
Brandon Morris, the SIAC Player of the Year from a season ago. He's had a lot of people talking about his future beyond Benedict. He definitely has the size and the skill set. You never know how those things work out. It's a ultra rare opportunity to play basketball for a living, but so far so good for Brandon Morris.
From the line, that's Morton with the first free throw. He connects there. Out on the floor now for the Magicians are the Tigers. First spot of duty in the ball game for Rodney Pritchard, the sophomore from Havelock, North Carolina.
All right, there we go. North Carolina in the house.
You guys are from Raleigh. Any idea about where Havelock is?
Down close to New Bern and down east, as we like to say in North Carolina.
All right, a little geographic lesson coming in here as well. A little bit of everything here from the SIAC.
Hey, man, North Carolina is worldwide, baby. It is worldwide.
Both free throws good from the line. They try to dump it down low to Morris, overshoots him with the pass. Turnover sends it back to the Magicians. They lead it by 2.
There's somebody really famous from Havelock. I just can't remember who it is. So I'll have the research department, a.k.a. Toby.
As soon as you said that, he went right for the phone. Right? Out front, Kanate tried to work it right side with a pass to Ellis.
Timing was a little bit off, just a bit. He thought about it, he saw it, and he just took an extra second. Had he made the pass as soon as he saw it, could have been an easy bucket.
Turnover number 3 in this first half for the Magicians.
Speaking of famous people, Birmingham, I saw a sign that commemorated Eddie Kendricks. Is he from Birmingham?
Yeah, got a little bust of him in the park. They've got a nice little statue-type display over in the park. It's nearer where the former SWAC offices, or the SWAC offices used to be here in Birmingham, and yeah, it's a nice little park dedicated to him.
Hey, got to keep on trucking with Eddie Kendricks.
In that left corner, Rashawn Ellis trucking a bit there. Leans back with the jumper and knocked that down for the Magicians. They lead it 11-9. Now Morris back the other way now, trying to challenge Kanate. To the rack with the right-hand shot. He missed, but there for the putback. Got the basket. No call on the inside. He just got that lay-in. Thought I heard a whistle there, but no call.
Inadvertent whistle, as they say. Play on.
They play on at the left block. That's Kanate trying to answer Morris with a basket by himself. He'll spin back with the jumper off the mark. Got a good look. Pritchard clears for Benedict. Tied at 11. Pritchard slides all the way through. Correction, that's Cook sliding with the left hand. Watch that basketball spin.
Boy, he got his money's worth on that.
Cook with the English on that one. 2 revolutions on the lay-in.
Man. That was Prince and the Revolution on that one.
Terrell works it inside. Throws his arms up looking for a call. No call there. Stoppage of play, 11:43 left first. Half a play, 13-11. The Tigers of Benedict College with a slight edge over the Magicians. Back after the break. $11:43 remains first half. 13-11 lead for the Tigers of Benedict College. Magicians in a half-court set now. They will work it left side. Backing in is Rashawn Ellis, the senior from Memphis. Rattles a jump shot out there. Missed on the shot, though. Benedict takes an opportunity to run after the miss. Right corner, Cook on the move now. Mike Udume just got on the floor for the Tigers. They'll work it down in the left corner to Frost. 16 to shoot. Cook slides top of the key. Now out front for 3, that's Pritchard. Air ball by him. Leads to a break for the Magicians. They run it up the floor. Ellis, right side. Banked it, but he missed. A little bit out of control there for Ellis. Lost his balance a bit trying to catch that basketball. Cook slides the other way. Pushes back out Pritchard. Pritchard tries the bank shot. Bank's not open.
He's had 2 air balls in a row now. I think hasn't quite got his sea legs under him just yet.
Different facility at Bill Harris Arena, a lot more open, probably a little bit more open than playing in the confines of the arena at Benedict College. Sometimes you have to really adjust to that.
Benedict has a pretty nice gym too, though.
Sure, no take away from that. Out front jumper, bank off the mark though.
Is it after 5 o'clock? Because the bank has been. Yes, it is. The bank has been closed for this game.
Tigers with a 2-point lead, and they have it on the half-court set. Out front, Adume on a weave. It's Cook now. Cook with 11 to shoot. Pushes left corner for 3. That's Brown. Bangs it home for the Tigers. So Brown with that triple. Give him 7 in his first half of play.
Yep, what can Brown do for you? A three-pointer in the corner.
16-11 after the delivery by Brown. On a weave, it's Ellis now. He'll fire from outside. Missed on the shot. Cairo Brown clears quickly up the floor for the Tigers. Pritchard, left corner, Cook. Cook in traffic, threw it away. Magicians with numbers 3-on-2. Ellis behind the back, left side to the rack. Shot rejected inside.
Pritchard said, take that, air ball.
Get that shot out of here.
Hey, when you don't get it done on offense, a good way to stay in good graces with your coach, make up for it on defense.
Indeed. Substitution set to come in, next dead ball for both teams. Brown, hard push right side, now left it back for Pritchard. We're at 9:04 left first half. 16-11 lead, Benedict leads it. Shot clock at 3, now they gotta hurry. Pritchard knows it, fires and drains it.
Hey, that's moxie right there. 2 air balls, and you don't hesitate to come right back and drill a three-pointer.
Not much of a difficult choice there for the Tigers, though, because Pritchard leads the team in three-point shooting. 48% from behind the arc for him.
Yeah, just had to go on a little heat check and find his range. Got away with the travel there.
Brown, floater right side off the mark. Cook clears. Benedict threatening to add more to the lead here. Cook cross dribble inside the paint, and they're going to get him for the offensive foul.
Yeah, I went with the Euro step there, but he crossed several borders on that Euro step.
Without the passport, huh?
Yeah, to the chagrin of Fred Watson, who is a little irate at that call. He has the coach's stink face as he looks out there.
Substitutions on the floor for the Tigers of Benedict. Back out there is Jelani Watson-Gale. And also coming back out for them is Mike Adume. Left side, Darian Terrell, the senior from Memphis, from Michigan. The Magicians now. He'll float right side and drains a jumper.
Nice looking shot.
Yeah.
Great follow through. Nothing but net.
So Terrell with that first 2 of the ball game for him. Nice touch on it. 7:57 remains first half. 6-point lead for the guys with the basketball right now, the Tigers of Benedict College. Benedict 4th in the East in what, to some degree, even with a 19-9 mark, is a relatively off year for them.
Murderer's row in the East.
Watson-Gale knocks down a jumper, a three-pointer in the right corner for the Tigers of Benedict. So Watson-Gale, there's 5 points in this ball game for him now.
The East is about as tough as the Western Conference in the NBA this year, it is, or every year.
Magicians dump it down low, got a man at the block. They got it to Lawrence, and he missed on the lay-in, but he drew the foul.
They've been working that pick and roll for the last few possessions. Almost got it to go there. But as we have a timeout here, I think it's a great opportunity to talk about some of the great things that Brandon Morris does for Benedict. He was the player of the year last year in the SIAC. This year came up a little short to Tyrese Walker. You've had a chance to see him on several occasions. What impresses you the most about what Brandon Morris is able to do?
I think we kind of hit on it in our pregame comments that he's a position player. He can play on several spots on that floor. You give him some range from the outside. He does well from the field, shooting 52% from there. But he's also very aggressive as it relates to his play on the inside. Very well noted for his ability, even if he misses on a shot, positions himself with such a lanky and athletic body to get back in there for second shot opportunities that he just presents a problem not only with size, but as you see here on the highlight reel, he is effective from the outside as well. And it's really an issue of picking your poison when you're playing him, because outside and there on the inside, you see, just very good with maneuverability and finding his way to the basket.
Very composed with his footwork. He can absorb contact, not get flustered by it, knows what he wants to do with the basketball and stick with the move or adjust to the defense.
And as a senior, just has really grown and evolved with his play at Benedict College, and has really just made them a stickler as it relates to a team that's always there, and they can really set that offense around making sure that he's involved in the play when they really need a basket.
I saw him last year in the, quadruple overtime victory over Morehouse. He looks, to me, noticeably better this year. Is that a reach?
I think no. I don't think that's a stretch at all. I really don't. He just, and again, I think it may just because he's matured one more year as a senior that he just knows his way around the floor just a little bit better and knows the shortcuts to really free himself up on both ends.
He seems like he's able to dictate what he wants to do more so this year. Last year I was like, okay, he's tall, hard to guard, but this year able to impose his will a little more.
And that all-SIAC player for the third time, turning in another good performance for head coach Fred Watson and the Benedict College basketball program.
And his 15th year now at Benedict. He must have started when he was 12.
It looks like it, doesn't it? Left corner with the jumper. That's Ndume. That one's off the mark. Magicians come away with the long rebound, trailing at 22-15. Left side, Jaquan Brown in the paint with the floater. Left it on the front of the cylinder.
Morris on the wing.
Wiltshire handles. Left it back from behind for Watson Gale. Now Wiltshire for three. Banged it, but he missed it. Basketball on the long rebound comes to Morris. A fresh 30 there for the Tigers of Benedict to work with.
On that fast break, I saw him on the wing. I thought we were going to have something special there, but the guard went to the other side.
Wiltshire, the junior from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, gives it over to Ndume. Watson Gill, and they throw it away. That's turnover number 7 for the Tigers of Benedict. Back the other way. Nice stretched lay-in by Ashton Morton, sliding underneath the basket and to the right for the lay-in. It's outstanding body control, that trip down the floor by Morton.
Picking up a three-quarters court trap here, trying to put some pressure on Benedict. I like the way LeMoyne-Owen has denied Morris and offering help when he's tried to post up.
They're going to double him. He's out front, can't get a shot off, but he gives it over to Watson Gale. He's free. He missed on the shot. Magicians pushing back the other way now. Morton up top, Brown.
Morris might have to dip into his bag and go to that jump shot to try to soften that defense up a little bit.
Because they're not going to let him go on the inside. Out front for three. That's Brown. Shots off the mark. Basketball, a 3-on-2 now for the Tigers back the other way. There's Morris with the body control, but he missed on the shot. He's a lefty. Came back into the field of play from the right-hand side to get that shot airborne, but he missed on it.
Yeah, he went away from the contact. The officials won't award you with anything there.
But Ndume, he did not miss from outside. From behind the arc, right side, he knocks down a triple. This is Jaquan Lawrence. Spins the paint to the rack, banked it, but he missed. Tell him it's after 5. Bank's closed.
He hasn't gotten the memo.
Tigers back the other way now. They lead it 25-17. Back out front again. This shot by Ndume. This one's off the mark. Magicians quickly back the other way. Here comes Lawrence all the way through. Missed on the shot. Draws a foul.
Well, watching Lawrence play, he has one goal. Get to the hole. He does not mind contact, and he's going to, if you give him just a sliver of an opening, he's going to exploit it, and he's been really aggressive in his dribble drives.
Demba Konate back out on the floor. So is Rashawn Ellis for head coach William Anderson and the Magicians.
Coach Watson offering some instruction on exactly where he wants his players on defense. He was not too happy where they were on that last possession.
Konate, left corner. Back out front, Morton. They're trying to get it back down him at the block with a one-on-one on Frost. Konate leans back with the jumper. This time not able to connect there.
That's his move. The spin to the opposite shoulder. He had it go very well on a previous possession, but didn't get it to fall there.
Tigers with the basketball. We're under 4 minutes remaining in a quick moving first half of play here from Bill Harris Arena. Cairo Brown up top on the move, Ndume. Floater to the rack, and he is good.
Yeah, I feel like they played right through the 8-minute timeout that we usually get.
27-17, Tigers with a 10-point lead. Magicians with the basketball, they throw it away. Turnover number 5, and back the other way, right-handed lay-in with Watson Gale with that shot, and did a good job of pushing the defense away, not shoving them, but protecting it with the left arm.
Yep, creating that little bit of space that you need, and he did a great job of doing that. It's a 12-point game right here. I'd like to take a moment to let you know about all the great things we have available to you at HBCU Game Day. We have a podcast that you can subscribe to if you go to iTunes, or you can go to TuneIn, you can go to SoundCloud. And if you listen to last week's podcast, you'll hear a familiar voice. Charles Ward was so gracious to join us, and we kind of previewed what we would expect here at the SIAC tournament. So we do a podcast every week, and at some point we're going to squeeze one in this week. Charles, I might go knock on your hotel room when you think you're going to catch a nap and say, hey, Charles, do the podcast with me.
Won't let me rest, all right? But I have been tuning in throughout the course of the year with you and Stephen. You guys do a great job with that podcast.
Hey, really shout out to Stephen Gaither. HBCU Game Day is his brainchild. He started it, and I hope Stephen's listening right now because I'm only going to do this once this week.
Sure.
He started HBCU Game Day in 2012, and it has really grown and blossomed into a brand that we're excited to be a part of, and it just continues to grow. This is a seminal moment for us, bringing you exclusive coverage of the 2018 SIAC tournament, and we hope that more is in store. I think one thing HBCUs have to do is keep up with the times and bringing this coverage to you where it's more centered on a social media environment. I think that's reflective of people's viewing habits and trends, and hats off to the SIAC for doing it a little different.
Indeed. You got to credit Commissioner Moore with the notion of even going with HBCU Game Day for the coverage.
Yeah.
Good decision there, because your website and everything you guys are doing in social media really has the look that the SIAC needs in a lot of other HBCUs as well.
Yeah, and we'll talk good about the Commissioner more than once this week. Stephen got his.
Magicians convert a basket there. Jaquan Brown on the inside.
We have a 10-point game here.
Magicians going in full court pressure now as the Tigers have it in a half-court set. They left the lane open for Brown, but they connect back on the inside. Morris able to clean that up on the inside.
And that might get him going. Sometimes all you need is a good look at it, and it opens up your confidence and your flow in the game.
Konate missed with the jump shot, but Tigers back the other way. Morris one-on-one with Konate. Foul unextended. Missed on the jumper. Had a good lean back there. He's not able to keep it down. We approach 2 minutes left first half. To the rack is Lawrence. He missed on a shot, following in a whistle.
I think that was the first dunk of this year's SIAC tournament.
Yeah, I think you are right.
Hey, and what a way to kick off some above-the-rim action. That was a two-hand flush on the finish there by Morris, and he's no stranger to picking it up coming down the lane.
Ellis, the senior, fouled. He's at the line shooting, converts on the first for the Magicians. Back out on the floor now for the Tigers, Rodney Pritchard, and so is Mike Adume. So Ellis now with one more coming from the line. And the Magicians, they would love to take this into the locker room. If they can cut that double-digit lead to a single digit, get it closer to 5, they'd be real happy with that.
You are what your record and the score says you are, but this game feels tighter than 10 points, if that makes any sense.
It makes a lot of sense. Nice no-look pass inside by Brown, and an easy lay-in there by Frost. Tyro Brown drawing the defense, and a great pass on the inside. He'll get the assist for that. Across the floor now, Morton out front looking for a screen. He'll work off of that. Lost the dribble inside the Lawrence. Now Brown, right side Ellis, 10 to shoot. He'll raise, fire, and drop for the Magicians.
It's a good look. He swung through, saw the little bit of space he needed, pulled up, hit the jumper. Some coaches say a long two-pointer is the most inefficient shot in basketball, but you still get 2 points.
You at least get the 2. The floater inside's off the mark. Fight for the rebound. Frost had it, and he drew a foul.
How has that changed your enjoyment of basketball, analytics, and people always now talking about, well, you should shoot from here, or you should shoot all threes and not long twos. As a fan of hoops, how have you enjoyed or not enjoyed analytics becoming such a big part?
Well, you got to take it as it is. And with the advent of the three-point shot, it certainly has changed the game a lot. But, you know, coming from a very old-school perspective, I thought maybe 15 years ago, 20 years ago, the play was a lot more team-oriented as it relates to actual plays and working inside the paint and taking advantage of things on the floor. But with the three-point shot, you're just able to open things up a lot more, and you can rely to a large degree on skill and ability to kind of take you over in a lot of situations that you wouldn't ordinarily have if you did not have the three-point shot.
Right, yeah. I think it's opened it up for a lot of players who otherwise might not see as much playing time on the court as they do now as well.
Excellent call on that. You're right. You could just become a three-point specialist and get a lot of playing time.
I was born 20 years too late. I could have taken my two left.
I could have done it, man.
I could have taken my two left feet out there and just worked on that jump shot.
I could have done it. I could have been a contender.
I think you're rubbing that in a little too hard, Charles.
Don't take it personal. Brown out front with 11 on the game clock, 3 to shoot. Out front, Pritchard's
our guy.
free.
Is he going to hit?
No, yeah. He hit the front of the iron, but with 4 seconds, Brown has a chance to end the regulation. He'll draw a foul. Lawrence was chasing, and Brown got him airborne, and he commits the foul.
With 0.8 seconds left, you almost rather just take your chances of if he can hit it or not. You definitely don't want to send him to the line to give him a better shot.
Absolutely. Cairo Brown, the team's leading free throw shooter at 82 of 96 coming into this opening round ball game. 85% from the charity stripe.
They should just come talk to me, Charles, because after the fact, I can tell you exactly what you should have done.
Get a lot of work there, do you? Brown, first of 3 is good. 0.8 of a second left. Coach Anderson going to substitute here. Brown drills the second free throw. No correction on that, but you know, it is Coach Anderson substituting here, trying to get a shooter in on the floor. That's Martez Briggs, the junior from Memphis.
Yeah, so you had what was maybe an 8-point deficit going into halftime, and now it's back up to double digits at 10. And there's something about that double-digit mark that it just has a psychological effect if you're south of 10 or north of 10.
Right now it's at 10 for the Tigers of Benedict. They lead at 35-25 over the Magicians of LeMoyne-Owen College. We're at the intermission. We're going to step out for a break. We'll have a lot more for you here from the Bill Harris Arena. So we're live on HBCU Game Day.
My name is Brendan Malone. I'm the drum major for Benedict College Marching Tiger Band Distinction. Ready for HBCU Game Day, baby. Let's go. Go Tigers. Yeah, yeah.
I'm Valonda Calloway with HBCU Game Day, and performing here at the Georgia Dome for the Honda Battle of the Bands is like a Super Bowl for bands. And for Benedict College, a small school here for the very first time, it is quite the honor. This is a draining, emotional experience, isn't it?
Oh, yes it is. Yes it is. All the energy, all the preparations, but it's all worth every minute. Every day we rehearse, all the rehearsal time we put in, this is what it's all about. HBCU bands will survive regardless. We want to thank the Honda Corporation and all of the other people who presented help to us to get here for the first time in the history of Benedict College.
Wow.
Yes.
So you must have such a large sense of pride to be representing your school this way for the very first time.
Yes, and that's one of the reasons we call our band the Marching Tiger Band of Distinction, with emphasis on distinction. We've been that way ever since the late Herman Jones, and still what we have, and we were blessed to carry it on from here, and who knows, we're going to continue to strive for the highest. We're going to continue to do the things that we need to do to make sure that our program is one of the best in the world.
So how do you feel about your performance?
The performance went exceptionally well. Matter of fact, there's something we always say in rehearsals. We don't do it until we can get it right. We do it until we cannot get it wrong. That's how we do. That's what we do. And the kids, the staff, and everybody else, I just want to thank them personally for all the hard work that they put in to make this program complete.
Okay, welcome back to our exclusive coverage of the 2018 SIAC tournament here on HBCU Game Day and our digital platform. If you are with us on YouTube, thank you so much. If you are on Fire TV with us, you get bonus points. We are very excited about people downloading our Fire TV app. So if you do have a Fire Stick and you haven't downloaded the app yet, well, what are you waiting for? Get over to the channel store. It's absolutely free, and you can watch all of the SIAC tournament here on the Fire Stick. Charles Ward along with Tolly Carr. I am Tolly. He is Charles. That was one heck of a halftime, Charles.
Was it ever?
The old school sliders got out there, man, and they did it big, as the kids say.
Man, had me feeling that I could go out there and do a little something.
Oh, I did see one gentleman who kind of looked like me. He was left, right? Left,
yeah.
Right?
Can we get this over with?
Yes. That would have been me. Like, I need a manual. I am proud to say, with no shame, that at 43 years old, I have never executed a successful electric slide in my life.
Oh, boy. Well, you're missing something there, and I'll tell you, you got to do that.
When they play it at weddings, I take a potty break. I'll be right back.
A long one, huh?
hold me a spot. But great halftime show. Great game here. As it's getting a little closer here. We talked about that 10-point kind of psychological edge. Well, that's gone away a little bit. We have ourselves a 6-point game, Charles.
18-20 left in this ball game. 35-29, Tigers with the lead and basketball. Cook, right side, Morris, one-on-one with Konate. 10 to shoot. Nice cross dribble by Morris. Head fake underneath. Got wrapped up in some traffic there, and he's fouled.
That showed his patience, and I think that's the difference between last year and this year. He hit him with the crossover. He had the path to the basket. A defender merged in, and he decided to take it under the rim on the other side as opposed to forcing it what looked like his initial move should have been.
On the right-hand side. Good call on that. So Morris to the line. Finished that first half with just 5 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. Rattles the first free throw, and boy, that's shooter's touch. Went to the back of the cylinder, sat there for about a fraction of a second.
Hey, these baskets in Birmingham, this is a tough crowd, man.
Well, you talking about hospitality. Rims are pretty hospitable, too, so far.
Hey, the backboard says no-go, but we'll let you slide one all around the rim. We've seen a couple around the worlds in this game already.
So far, yeah. Still no carry calls, though. Out front, that's Morton with the basketball.
Charles is alluding to our first game where I think we had a total of 6 carrying violations.
Yeah. Ellis wraps a three-pointer from outside, and he drew the foul from Cook on the shot. So Ellis, the team's leading point producer, to the free throw line. 20.9 points per ball game for him. Finished second in the conference in shooting. Points per game average.
Charles, isn't this a basketball lover's dream? We're in our 3rd game, and we still have 1 more to go. Usually, we're used to coming in. You get 1, maybe 2 if you do a girls and guys game. But, man, this is like going to the state fair and getting out of school.
Yeah, man. I know the word that came to my mind on yesterday as I was getting ready for these games was smorgasbord.
Yeah, there you go.
Eat to your heart's content.
That word doesn't get as much play these days.
They just don't have as many smorgasbords out there.
Smorgasbord. that word might have been retired by Webster, and we're just unaware of it.
I think that got me through college. We'd go there on Sunday, and I'd hide enough food to take me to the dorm for the next week.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that.
No. Yeah, the statute of limitations not at FAMU
is
not run out.
Good call. Jumper, free throw extended by Brown is good.
When they saw you coming, they said that Rattler will strike and strike and strike again.
And again.
At the buffet line.
Whistles back the other way now. A foul going to be called against one of the Magicians on their end of the floor, a half-court set. Check and see who that's against. Magicians already in some, well, looks like that's Konate who picked up that foul. That's his 3rd, so that's going to be a trouble spot for them. With 7:14 left in the ball game.
Yep, he's the biggest player on their front court. Has a nice little touch around the basket. He can serve you a lot better on the court than he can from the bench.
Foul call there against Lawrence. And Lawrence has picked up his 3rd, so fouls continuing to mount now for the Magicians. So Konate on the floor, now he leaves with 3. And then Lawrence just picked up his 3rd, likely to see him depart as well. Not as big of a factor in that lineup as Konate is. But he's long. Behind the arc, nice head faking on the push now is Watson Gale. They push it back outside. The jumper by Brown is off the mark. Here comes Lawrence, pushes the floor right side to Brown. Brown all the way under through with the left hand, and he got it to lay in. Went through a lot of players that are sliding through the paint to the left side for the basket. So Brown with 11 now for the Magicians. 39-34. Boy, this thing is tightened right up as Cook goes inside, misses on the shot. Frost can't convert on the putback. Lawrence finally clears. Out to Ellis. He'll sprint it left side. 6:15 left in the ball game. 5-point lead now for the Tigers.
We had some of the sliders just pass through behind us here on press row. I had to give out 2 high fives for that performance they gave us.
A lot of them out there, too. Good pass, backside. Lawrence missed on the shot, and he drew a foul, I believe. We'll check it out. Nope, they're going to go against Lawrence, and Lawrence has picked up his 4th personal. Wow. That was a turn of events there, Tolly.
Yep. He thought the defender might have been in that inside the arc there, but the referee saw it differently, and he's going to have to go and spend some time at the end of the bench.
16:04 left. They'll keep him there for a while. Lawrence had a seam to the basket there. Somehow just kind of lost his rhythm there, and he wound up not having his footing right and couldn't get there as quickly as he wanted and committed a foul in the process. Frost, right side. Now Cook. Brown, back to Cook. 9 to shoot. Brown for 3. Front of the iron, rebound to Morris. Fresh 30 for the Tigers. They lead by 5. And have led in this basketball game since early on.
Yeah, but give it to LeMoyne-Owen in the first 5 minutes of the half. They've chopped that 10-point lead down to a 5-point lead.
Watson Gale almost throws it away, but Cook collects underneath, and he steps on the inbound line. So that turnover is number 8 for the Tigers, and it sends the basketball back to the Magicians.
Yeah.
And we come to the TV timeout here with 15:15 left in the ball game. 39-34 lead for the Tigers of Benedict over the Magicians. Back after the break on HBCU Game Day. We are back live inside Bill Harris Arena. Opening round of the SIAC basketball tournament. 2 ball games already under our belt on this first day. More than halfway of the third, and 1 more coming after this contest, a women's basketball game.
I see Dennis Switzer down there, the sports information director. He's pulled out his elephant gun lens on his camera, so I know Benedict social media and website's going to have some superb pictures. I see your guy down there, Youssef.
Yeah.
Look, that's just an all-star set of photographers down there.
Yes, sir.
Those
Everybody got that fancy equipment, too.
Yeah, those guys work hard, man. SIDs in Division II basketball.
Sure.
Keep the stats, take the pictures, write the stories.
Absolutely.
Deal with my phone calls. Point me to the turkey sandwich. I mean, there's a lot of things you have to do.
Yes, sir. It's a job of many multi-responsibilities. As Brown's out front now, whistles away from the basketball.
Toby's over here saying that an unknown SID has been known to kick him off the sidelines. I don't know where this. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, you got to follow the rules.
Yeah, you know, they can get tough.
Man,
bounced you out there,
doing his job. We just told you the litany of things he has to do, and you want to stress him out by not doing what you're supposed to do.
Cook takes a seat. Line drive jumper there by Ashton Morton. Makes this a 2-point ball game after that shot.
Wow.
It's a 3-pointer by him.
Kind of lulled their way back into this one, Charles.
Yes, sir. Things have tightened considerably here back in Birmingham.
That's how magicians do. Look at this hand. Look at this hand. The trick is over here.
Your wallet's gone. Right corner with the jumper. That's Wiltshire. He gets some of it back on the 2-point basket right corner.
anything could happen here. If LeMoyne-Owen was to win, upset?
That'd be the first one of the tournament, no question. Absolutely. Magicians bounce it down at the block. That's Jaquan Brown. Brown doubled there. Got it back over with the jumper. That's Briggs. Briggs way off with that one. Basketball's cleared. Coming out of there is Brown. He'll lead the floor 4-on-2. Wiltshire pushes back top of the key. Now left side, free for three. Watson Gale. Right, that shot's off the mark though. Had a good look there, just not able to convert. Briggs, Ellis for three. No. Morris free, 2-on-1. Slides the paint.
Oh.
He left it short. Uncharacteristically, he left that short.
Okay, I want you to look at everyone's mouth on the court.
They're open.
They're open.
Sure.
This back and forth action here, I think, has kind of gassed everybody.
Morris will take a shot at it, left post. 15 to shoot. Triple there. Good convergence there by the Magicians. They leave a man free, and in the corner, Watson Gale makes them pay as he knocks down a triple.
Yeah, Brandon Morris just told everyone on the bench, I need a blow, coach.
Inside, and here comes another steal. Magicians turn it over. Morris got that. So turnover number 8 for the Magicians, and we will go back to the half-court set with a whistle. Briggs picks up that foul. We go to 12:42 left in the ball game.
And for Benedict on offense, I think it's pretty simple. They're going to double, sometimes triple team Morris. You got to find yourself open and be able to make the shot because you're going to have some daylight.
Right of the cylinder. Watson Gale to inbound it. Brown surveys. Watson Gale on the move underneath. Shot rejected. Good defense work there by Konate on the inside. Right side Ellis. Back up top Morton. Nice pass at the block. And Brown fouled on the inside. Had a great look at the basket. Basketball did not stay down for him, but he'll be at the line shooting.
Yep, we'll get a good look at his technique from the free throw line with our mounted camera along the basket. A little HBCU game day vision for you there.
Right on top of his form as Morris makes it back out on the floor. Frost takes a seat. Got almost all the angles inside the Bill Harris Arena covered with HBCU game day cameras. Brown, 1 of 2 from the line. 12:20 left. 44-38. Tigers still with the lead in the basketball.
Oh, almost got those ankles right there.
You heard him. Saw him stumbling too. Pritchard up top. Right side anticipation there. Strong attempt there by Martex. Briggs chasing after that basketball.
Yes, please knock equipment over down on that end, young man.
Well, we had a little fray early on in the ball game, but Toby showed his skills.
Look,
able to grab the antenna over there, laptops and everything.
Toby will lay his life down for this equipment, man. Do not come diving over here for extra credit.
Whistles on that penetration there. Timeout taken by Coach William Anderson, and the Magicians of LeMoyne-Owen College comes with 12 minutes left in the basketball game, and the Tigers leading at 44-38.
Yeah, Charles, I want to remind the fans once again, both of our games from earlier today are available. They are already archived on YouTube. You can go check them out. We are live streaming today's game right now. When this game ends, our final game of the afternoon or the evening at this point is, gosh,
Yeah.
lost track of time that quickly, will be a separate stream on YouTube. So if you're watching us there, the day will not be over with this game. We still have one more game to go, but we'll close out this stream and we'll advance to our next. So just from a technical perspective, that's how things are working. If you are on Fire TV, go back to your home screen on our feed and just pick up the next thumbnail that you see, and we'll ride it on out into the evening. And we'll keep you updated on things happening behind the scenes. Me and Charles have our radio faces on Instagram. We took a picture earlier. I shared a little bit of the halftime dancers on Twitter and on our Instagram story. And Charles and I did a Facebook Live before this game. So
Yeah.
We've been saturated on social media, but the exclusive coverage right here on YouTube, Fire TV, and at HBCUGameDay.com of every single game of the 2018 SIAC tournament from Birmingham, Alabama.
Saturated is the right word. We've been saturated with some good basketball. Just updates from ball games earlier today. Opening round, first game, Fort Valley on the men's side defeated the Bears of Miles College 88-82. They'll go to the quarterfinals against Maroon Tigers on Wednesday. Women's action from earlier today. It was the Lady Wildcats losing to the Lady Bears of Miles College. Lady Bears advancing to the quarterfinals on Wednesday against the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta. And we're about 11 minutes away here from deciding the team which will advance to the quarterfinals.
He should get 2.5 points for the effort that went into that shot right there.
Let's see. I think they gave him just 2.
just give me a panel of judges, and they'll tell you what you earned on each shot.
Boy, wouldn't that be interesting? That kind of scoring for basketball. We're at 11:20 left now, 46-38. Tigers with the lead. Magicians in a half-court offense now.
Shot clock is getting low.
This is Brown. He'll work it left side. Free. Jumps back with the jumper and got it to the rim, but he missed on the shot. Brown, a correction down at the bottom. That's Lawrence with the rebound down there. That's Jalen. We're going to find this player. That's Briggs. That's the one that actually got that basketball for the Magicians to keep it alive.
I tell you, Cairo Brown is smarting after he ran through that pick right there. That was all man that he ran into.
Ellis, foul line extended with the jumper. Good look, missed on the shot. Morton saves and gives a fresh 30 to the Magician offense.
So it's an eight-point game here. Still a whole lot of time left. LeMoyne-Owen has gotten it down to, what, 5 at one point?
It was at 5, yeah. No, actually it was at 2.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Up top, Konate having difficulty. They don't get the shot off before the violation. So good defensive stand there for the Tigers of Benedict.
And that takes a lot out of you when you fight, get close, and then you lose ground. It's almost like a tug of war. And you get to the point where that rope just starts burning your hand.
Sure. You burn so much energy trying to get there. 10-14 left. 46-38. Tigers with the lead. They'll work it right side. Brown to the rack underneath. Kind of choked himself there under the cylinder. Magicians back the other way now. They'll work it right side. Briggs to the rack. Reverse lay in left side. Nicely done by the Memphis junior.
He put his head down. He said, I don't care what happens, but no one's going to stop me from getting to the basket here.
6-point differential now. Wiltshire, the junior, handles for the Tigers. Morris way out front to collect that basketball and a whistle.
Yeah, he had his hand on his hip. You don't want to see a foul that far away from the basket.
Coach Watson urging that foul to be called way out front there. He got the call, but the official was like, you're crowding me, man. I got the call.
That's going to be his 4th foul on contact.
So he will take a seat with 9:41 left.
And that's what makes it so hard to guard Morris. He can hit that shot, so you want to close out on him. And you also kind of want to deter his momentum if he tries to go past you, but you can't get away with that hand on the hip.
He missed on the free throw, but the Tigers able to get that rebound. Pritchard fires a shot right corner. That one's off the mark. Ellis had it. Wiltshire almost took it away, and they say that he did. Wiltshire tied up Ellis as soon as he got the rebound, and it will go back to the Tigers of Benedict.
I tell you what, Coach Watson is in playoff mode.
Very intense coach when these ball games get started. Catch him off the floor, though, just as mild-mannered as they come.
He has not cracked a smile this afternoon at all on the sidelines.
Wiltshire, 15 to shoot for the Tigers.
Consternation.
Great with the jumper, rattler, and missed. Rebound comes clear to
nice
Briggs.
No-look pass, but couldn't finish.
And the Magicians.
Yeah, I like what I've been seeing here in the last couple of possessions out of Martez Briggs. He put his head down and drove to the basket a few plays earlier and had a nice no-look pass there, passing his teammate open a little bit.
So at the line now, it'll be Brown shooting for the Magicians. First of two is good. Dimitri Cook back out on the floor for the Tigers of Benedict. Cook from Gulfport, Mississippi.
Gulfport.
Spent about a week down there.
Not hard to do, is it?
Boy, this was during the hurricane, and that place was ravaged.
Oh, wow.
Brown now, and a half-court set there for the Tigers of Benedict. 8:52 left in the ball game. They lead by 5. Pritchard pushes left side to Adume. Now down at the block, Morris had it hit from behind, and he drew a foul.
His eyes were on the basket. He could see the dunk. He was halfway there, but that was a smart foul because if you didn't foul him there, that was going to be an easy 2, and it's going to put a little motion and momentum on Benedict's side as well.
Morris, surprisingly at this point, though, Tolly, with only 7 points in this basketball game.
He's seen a lot of double and sometimes triple teams this afternoon. Unless he's going to start hitting that outside shot, they're going to make it very hard for him driving to the basket. If he is going to beat them individually, it's going to be with the shot. And if it's not going to be him, LeMoyne-Owen is saying some of your teammates are going to have to step up and beat us.
Goes 1 of 2 from the line, but a long rebound there.
Oh,
and they're going to have a lane violation. They called Jaquan Brown, Lawrence that is, for being in there too soon.
That'll make you mad.
Yeah, so you get another look here. Does Morris at the free throw?
And I'll tell you what, this second half, Morris has looked gassed for a good part of it. He's got a really good sweat going right now, and he's.
Well, you got to take a look at this situation for the Tigers of Benedict. Holly, they finished play on the 17th of February, so they've had a pretty big break, long break between now and the start of the tournament.
Yeah, so it takes a while you cannot replicate basketball shape.
Sure. And it's easy to get out of.
Yes.
Half-court set for the Magicians now, 10 for them to shoot. Left corner, Briggs. Now back out front, Morton. He's got to move quickly. Whistles on the penetration.
Yeah, if I were to put a picture of Morris on Instagram right now, the caption would be, "I'm tired, boss."
Sure. Looks a lot winded out there. 8:16 left in the ball game. Half-court set now for the Magicians. Foul was called on Brown for the Tigers. Fresh 20 for the Magicians, and they throw it away. Here comes Cairo Brown. Slides the paint, lost the handle on it, and Brown took it away. Jaquan Brown up the floor to Briggs. Briggs to the rack, and he got the lay-in.
He was like, I think I'm going to dunk it. I don't think so. Yeah, I will.
Got the 2. He did about a half dunk on that one, right?
Kind of like the ball went through, and then he grabbed the rim after that.
Cook circles foul line now.
See, my trio of judges in my theory wouldn't have been having that. That would have been 1.5 points there. Lack of commitment to the dunk.
Morris, left block. Double there. Pushes back to Cook. 5 to shoot. Cook underneath to the rack. Missed a shot. But Mr. Morris with the rebound and there for the putback.
And in the paint around the basket, he can go left hand or right hand just as easily.
Went right-handed there for the 2. So push him up to 9 points or 11 points now after that basket. He makes it to double digits.
Should we give the youngins the old Charles Shackelford joke? He's amphibious.
I've never heard that joke before.
Oh my gosh. I forgot. You're not. That's my North Carolina talk coming. You've never heard that?
No.
Charles Ward, I got to take you to North Carolina 101 here. Oh boy, that back home people would laugh about that, wouldn't they, Toby?
It's funny. I just never heard it.
In Birmingham, not so much.
Well, you got the laugh, you know.
On the field, behind the basket, in the press box, bringing you HBCU sports like you've never seen it before. Anyone who has ever been to a sporting event at an HBCU knows that it is just that, an event. The band, the cheerleaders, It's a complete show. The game day experience at HBCUs is truly unique. No media outlet does a better job at capturing that experience than HBCU Game Day.
From there, it was just an instant classic. It was a great basketball game.
Follow us online at hbcugameday.com, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also find us on Fire TV, Roku, and YouTube. Just do a keyword search, HBCU Game Day. We are leading the conversation on sports culture at HBCUs. We are HBCU Game Day.
From the Bill Harris Arena, first round of the SIAC 2018 basketball tournament. Magicians of LeMoyne-Owen College and the Tigers of Benedict College. 7:06 remains in this ball game. Tigers with a 50-43 lead. And at the line for the Magicians is Jaquan Lawrence, the freshman from Chicago.
Yes, and they're telling the DJ, thank you for the juvenile. That was enough. We got to get back to the court. Yeah.
Lawrence got the first free throw.
I cannot believe it has been 18 years since we were taking over for the 9-9. Oh, yeah. And the 2000. Yeah. Wow, I'm getting old, Charles.
Yeah. Welcome. Lawrence missed. Morton with the rebound, and he was fouled. So a chance for a three-point play here for the Magicians from the line. If Morton can convert both free throws here, Lawrence got one of two.
That would be an added bonus to pick up those points without the clock moving. You can get it under 5. We talk about those psychological kind of milestones. Got it under 10. Let's get it to 5. Then you're looking at a 2-possession ball game.
Morton rattled the first free throw good. He's a senior from Greenwood, Mississippi. Good work by him from the free throw line, 73% on the season.
Here with this angle, you'll get to see how aggressive all players are as they box out. But it's all for nothing as the ball swishes through the net.
Morton got them both. Down to 4 now, Tolly, with 7 minutes left.
We have ourselves a little magic, dare we say.
Brown out front for the Tigers. It's Brown on Brown, Jaquan Brown guarding him. Lawrence got some space on the inside.
You want some magic? Take that for magic.
Lawrence with the foul situation cannot contend too heavily with the 4. And he gave that space, and Morris made him pay.
Nice spin and the dunk. His second of the afternoon.
Ellis can't find the range from outside. And whistles as Morris takes a hard fall behind the cylinder.
That's concrete over there, buddy.
Yep. Playing surface is a little bit raised here at Bill Harris. When you come off the edge of it, it's about a little half, maybe an inch, maybe 2 inches difference between there and the concrete floor.
Yep, not a soft landing.
Frost onto the floor now. He'll replace the sophomore Pritchard in their lineup.
But Morris is okay.
Morton pushes out front to Briggs. Off of a screen. Briggs slides the paint. Floater to the rack. Boy, he got that. They're going to count that as well.
All right, so I see players off the bench. I'm sensing a little emotion. These are how runs start. An opportunity here to cut it to within 3.
What a shot there by Morton, leaning hard to the right, away from the basket. They'll count that. Chance for the three-point play. And get this to 3 as you indicate, Tolly.
Coach Watson has given his players that daddy look.
Knocked that one down.
That look when you don't even have to speak.
I know that look.
Your eyes tell the story. I perfected mine.
Watson Gill works it up the floor. Morton with the defensive assignment there. We're at 6:10 left. Entry pass to Morris at the block. Doubled there. Pushes back out front Cairo Brown. 12 to shoot for Benedict. Brown will take the opportunity up top and rattle the three-pointer for the Tigers. Big basket there by Cairo Brown. Magicians come back the other way. Brown with 16 in the ball game. At the block, good push in there. Good basket by Briggs.
Yeah, nothing Cairo could do down there. You got to realize that matchup and attack, and that's exactly what they did.
4-point differential now. Team with the basketball leads at 55-51. Tigers of Benedict.
A stop here would be really good if you're a LeMoyne-Owen fan.
Morris pushes back, three-point shot at Dume, off the mark. Good screen out down low by Konate to come away with that rebound.
Wonder if they'll go back to Konate. We saw that little turnaround jumper in the first half. Let's see. He got the position, the little jump hook. Doesn't go.
Morris runs it down for the Tigers. He'll run the floor with it, and he got it to the rack. And the three-time All-SIAC player with a lay-in, and he's going to the free throw line.
Hang and bang.
Yes, sir. I like that.
Man, he handles the ball like a point guard. I mean, in the open court, he was able to spin, get away from his defender, get up in the air, feel the contact, absorb it, and finish. Chance for a three-point play.
Had two magicians on him on that play when he took that basketball to the inside. So Morris coming up big on that trip down the floor, taking the 13 points in the ball game. 11 rebounds, so got the double-double already. And he knocks down the free throw there. Pritchard on the floor. He'll give Morris a break here. 5:08 left. You expect to see him maybe on the sideline for a minute and a half. And then right back out there.
They'll probably rest him to the TV timeout at 4. Or we can call it the HBCU game day timeout.
Yeah, we can call it that. That's right. We are the TV. Inside, Lawrence has to adjust his shot. Frost was contending, but Frost commits to foul.
Yeah, exclusive coverage of this year's SIAC tournament on the HBCU Game Day digital platform. You can watch it on YouTube, on Fire TV, as well as our website at hbcugameday.com. It's been a pleasure to have you join us all afternoon long. Charles Ward has been on the call. I've been a little bit of everywhere, taking it in from all angles here in Birmingham today.
That's the hard duty right there. Morris, as you indicate, with 4:53 back out onto the floor. Didn't even get him to the TV.
I thought he would rest him a little longer, but shows what I know.
Hey, this is the tournament. You do not want to lose with him on the bench.
Because the post game with Charles Ward will be, Coach, why did you sit him so long? What were you thinking?
I have to really survey Coach Watson before I ask that question.
He's really a nice guy. He is. He is. But he has a coaching demeanor that you're like, yeah. I'm not sure if I want to talk to Coach Watson right now. But he's a nice guy.
Half court set for the Tigers. They lead it 58-52.
But where are all the happy coaches? Where are they?
It's after the game when they win. Cairo Brown looking for a screen out front by Pritchard. He'll raise and fire a three-pointer instead and just absolutely nails it for the Tigers.
Yeah.
Brown with confidence. Cairo with that shot.
He's had a couple of momentum-killing shots right there.
How about that floating jumper by Ellis? Leaning to his left, shooting with his right hand away from the basket.
That's a backyard move right there. His momentum was going one way, and he had to exert all of his force and energy to come back in the opposite direction. Like, you just don't do that anytime.
Wow. HBCU Game Day timeout. 4:18 left, 61-54. Tigers lead back after the break.
Hey, welcome back to the Bill Harris Arena here in Birmingham. One of the cheerleaders just came out, one of the male cheerleaders. I counted, he did 11 flips from one end of the, if they had more court, he would have done more flips. He just ran out of court.
4:18 left.
I couldn't do a cartwheel if he paid me.
Oh, sure.
How are you even aware of where you are in the flipping process?
Don't try that, Tolly.
No, don't worry.
Pritchard with it. Tigers now over to Brown. He'll come into the half-court set. Winner of this game advancing to the quarterfinals on Wednesday against the Marauders of Central State. Shot by Watson Gale is short, but another rebound there by Morris gives them another 30 to work with.
Well, Benedict could push the lead back to 10 points here, and with under 4 to go, if I was a LeMoyne-Owen fan, I would start feeling a little antsy.
Brown once again, and he has been deadly from behind the arc. Cairo Brown with his 5th three-pointer of this basketball game.
You know I'm related to Miss Cleo, right? I just call it. It happens.
Sure, just happens as you do, yeah. Inside, Lawrence works his way for a basket.
Still not out of it yet, but they're going to have to, the Magicians are going to have to pull a rabbit out on the defensive end, a couple of stops here.
Cairo Brown now back out front with the pass to Watson Gale. They're trying to get it to Morris at the block if they can. Instead, it's Cook just in front of their bench with 10 to shoot. Cook lost his dribble with 6 now for the Tigers to get it airborne. Brown cross dribble, raises, fires, and got it to the rack, but he missed on the shot. Basketball knocked out of bounds by Brown himself, so it'll go over to the Magicians of LeMoyne-Owen.
Okay, so there's one stop. Let's see if they can convert on the offensive end. But they're going to take a timeout, have a good chance to talk about that. So maybe we don't see an upset here. It's still up in the air, but Benedict is sitting pretty. I think this was a game important for them just to get their legs back underneath them. We talked about how gassed some of the players looked. They had not played by the happenstance of the schedule. February 17th was their final game. Big emotional game there, the loss to Claflin. So they've had a lot of time to let that simmer.
Sure.
And getting down here and just trying to get back into basketball shape with the season on the line here now with the chance for a tournament championship.
Finished play on the 17th. Look at the Magicians. They even finished earlier than that on the 15th of February. So both teams with that long rest.
And Benedict has such a weird schedule. They played their 2 rivalry games within the same week. On the 10th, they have Claflin. Then the 17th, Claflin again. They split those games. I don't know how you make schedules, but I know that that's their big opportunity for, big turnout in the games that everybody cares about is their matchup with Claflin.
Indeed, and you look at the way they finished out the regular season, lost their last 2 ball games of the season, one to the Lions of Payne College, and then that loss to Claflin. So not only has it been an extended delay, it's been a minute since they've won a basketball game.
Yeah, just barely got by a point before that, a 2-point win over Point on the 13th.
Half-court set now for the Magicians with 2:42 left in the contest. Ellis backs out behind the arc, gives it over to Briggs. 13 to shoot now for the Magicians. Entry pass into Lawrence, challenging Morris, and he got him to the rack. Good shot and good aggressive move by Jaquan Lawrence inside. Pritchard back the other way for the Tigers now.
So we got to stop. We got to score. And by we, I mean LeMoyne-Owen. Let's see what they'll do here.
Morris handling way away from the basket. Lawrence playing with the 4 fouls. He can't contest. Easy lane there for Morris.
Yeah, but at this point, getting a stop might be more important than your presence on the court.
I agree with you 100% there. Sometimes you got to give it up for the team. This is Brown, Jaquan Brown with a hard spin right side, left it on the cylinder, but the putback is nicely done by Lawrence on the inside. So Lawrence starting to come alive on the offensive end of the floor. He's got 10 in the ball game. And another timeout. William Anderson taking a 30-second timeout here.
Yeah, so 6-point game here. If you take a look at defensively, you can't let any more blow-bys happen. If you're going to foul out, you're going to just foul out. But the more they score, the harder it's going to be for you to get back because time is not on your side.
Actually got a replay coming up here of that work by Brandon Morris to free himself. And with the uncontest by Lawrence, easy pass for him to the basket. See it there, Lawrence Ford is not contending at all there. And Morris able to flush that through for the Tigers.
Yeah, and Aston Morton got on his Aston Martin, and he got out of the way.
Working hard, aren't you, Tom?
Oh, they just come to me from time to time.
A minute 50 left. 6-point lead for the Tigers of Benedict. They have the rock. They're getting it into the hands of the man that they want to live or die with, and that's Morris with the basketball. Cross dribble by him. And now they give it to Cairo Brown, who has been deadly from behind the arc. In the right corner with the jumper. That shot is short there by Watson Gale. A chance here for the Magicians. Ellis comes down the floor and works it back out front to Jaquan Brown. We're at a minute 18 left in the ball game. Big possession this trip for the Magicians. Ellis out front, 14 to shoot. Now to Brown. 10 to shoot for the Magicians. Ellis wants it, leans back with the jumper. Ellis rattles it and missed it. Basketball tapped around, it comes clear. Briggs got the putback and a whistle inside. So count the basket. Fouls called on Watson Gale.
Not over yet.
And Briggs with a free throw coming here. 57 seconds left. This can make it a 3-point ball game with the free throw. My, oh my. Briggs from the line, got the free throw. 66-63.
So this next possession defensively is going to be the biggest defensive possession for LeMoyne-Owen.
Brown, Cairo Brown with the basketball for the Tigers. About a 20-second differential between that game clock and the shot clock. Morris wants it. 13. Now Lawrence has got to contest. Out front, Pritchard for 3. Good look, and he drains it for the Tigers. Pritchard with a big 3-point shot there. He went from behind the arc to knock it down.
That takes the wind out of your sails. It's not over, but it is much more difficult than it was just a few seconds ago.
35.7 seconds left. Frost set to check in. Next dead ball after the timeout. So the Magicians had it down to 3. They've got to come down now with the 35 and get as good a shot as they can as quickly as they can.
Yeah, they're probably going to be forced to foul. I don't think they're going to get the shot that they want in less than 4 seconds and create a differential between the shot clock and the game clock. So if they do score, it's probably going to be under 30 seconds. The shot clock will be off. They're going to look to foul.
Indeed. You've got to play that game at this point.
Yeah.
So Magicians back out on the floor first. They are left wondering what it is that they have to do to overcome this Tiger team. They played hard, not able to just cross that barrier. 3 was as low as they had the deficit. And then the Tigers jump up into full court pressure.
Well, it's definitely not the 20-point outcome that we saw back in November.
Here comes Morton across the timeline. Morton trying to dump it inside the Lawrence. He's there, got it, had the shot rejected, but it comes to Ellis. Forced to take a 3. Ellis knocks it down for the Magicians. That's a big basket there. Didn't take much time off the clock, about 9 seconds, a little bit over 9 seconds to get that shot in. But they got 3 instead of 2.
Yeah, so 3-point deficit, you're going to have to foul. If they hit 1, then it's a 4-point game, obviously. So it's still, unless they miss 2 free throws down here, it's probably, I would say, still going to be a 2-possession game here with 24 seconds to go.
Magicians are almost going to have to foul immediately here because the reality is that they're going to have to foul anyway.
Yeah, they're going to have to foul a couple times, most likely.
And hope you get some good luck in terms of what the Tigers do from the free throw line.
But all things considered, what they've been able to do, Brandon Morris, he's gotten off a little bit here in the second half, but for the majority of the game, they played him pretty well. And seeing that this is a team that, beat them by 20 points earlier on in the season, to be within 3, under 30 to go, okay, this flipping guy is just
Just flipped out of his shirt there.
He took his shirt off while he was flipping. Come on, man. You are embarrassing the rest of us.
These oldest guys, these mere humans over here. Right?
Not only can you flip, you can disrobe while flipping.
While flipping.
I need to go interview
it takes
this
a
guy.
Concentrated effort for me to just disrobe.
I'm going to go find him, and we got to get the absolute breakdown on his flipping abilities.
Up the floor is Morris behind the fray. They're going to carry and catch up to him. They do. Morris will be going to the line.
Hey, take your pick. About 3 guys jumped on him right there.
Morris from the free throw line today, 6 of 8, 18 points for him.
Yeah, you saw that hesitation, like, he's a good free throw shooter, but he's not going to let go of the ball. So it's either him or nothing.
Nothing at all, yeah. So Morris shooting here, big free throws in front of him. Shooting 2, got the first. Everybody already in the double bonus, so Lawrence quickly back on the floor, so is Briggs. 4-point lead now for the Tigers.
I think if he hits this, you just go down, you take your best available shot that you can get quickly. If the three's not there, just drive because you're going to have to foul again.
Yeah, that's still a part of your formula going forward with 21 seconds left. You can't win it on your next possession down the floor. Morris missed on the second. Morton quickly with the rebound now, being contested as he comes across the timeline, and he lost it on the turnover.
Oh, man, that hurts. Because you saw a little bit of daylight there after that missed free throw. Could have cut it to a 1-point game, but dribbling it out of bounds, that might be the end of it right there.
Coach Anderson trying to get his 3-point shooters in now with Christian Linton on the floor. And they foul immediately in the backcourt. That's Jelani Watson-Gale, who will be going to the line for the Tigers of Benedict College. 15.6 seconds left. Free throw by Watson-Gale here will surely make it almost impossible for the Magicians to come back without working a little bit of magic.
Uh-oh, it's magic, you know.
From the free throw line, Watson-Gale spins the first one good. Morris back out on the floor, so is Frost. Tough effort by the Magicians, hung in as well as they could. Just not able to overcome the Tigers in this basketball game.
We'll see if we can get Coach Fred Watson when this one is over. I've been 2 for 2 on post-game booking.
People like you, you know?
I just try to act like I'm important. No, I just say, you're going to meet Charles.
Yeah, right. 11 seconds left. Jaquan Brown pushes back out front. Briggs pops a 2-pointer. That one's off the mark. Cook clears, but he lost it to Brown. Back to Ellis with the jumper. He rattles it good. With 1/10 of a second left. That's going to do it here in this basketball game. Final in this contest. Tigers of Benedict College win it 72-69. Over the Magicians of LeMoyne-Owen College. So that means that Benedict will be going to the quarterfinal ball game on Wednesday, and they will meet the Marauders of Central State, the #1 team out of the West, in quarterfinal action. We'll have that for you here on Wednesday. 7:45 start for that ball game for the Marauders and the Tigers of Benedict College. So Benedict with the win. They push now on into the tournament, and the Magicians of LeMoyne-Owen College, 5th in the West. Their opening round ball game will be their last here in this SIAC tournament. So Coach Fred Watson, congratulations to him. He's going to come over with a couple of words for us after this win over the Magicians of LeMoyne-Owen College in opening round play here at the SIAC tournament. That's the Fred Watson we like to see, that smile. And that means that his guys have won a basketball game. They win it in this opening round against the Magicians of LeMoyne-Owen College, 72-69. Coach, first, congratulations on the win.
To come away with the victory.
Talk about this ball game. It was kind of a close contest. They kept clawing back into it. Every time you guys would stretch a lead to about 10 or so, they would find a way to fight back and get into it.
Yeah, they got talent, and there's a lot of familiarity between the two teams. This is our fourth time meeting in 4 years. I mean, we knew they wasn't going to go away. We knew they was going to be well prepared, well coached. Coach Anderson does an excellent job with his guys. So we could never get away from them. I mean, they counted everything we tried to do, and it's a good job. But my guys were resilient. They were disciplined, and we were able to eke out a win. We had a long layoff, man. We were a little rusty.
Talk about that, yeah.
We were a little rusty. We wasn't sharp. We missed a lot of shots that we normally make. And so hopefully this game out of our system, we can play a little bit better.
Talk about some of your individual performance. It's got a great, strong performance from Cairo Brown out front from behind the arc.
Yeah, he was huge for us, man. We just told him to settle down, man. So far too often these guys fall in love with this blue NBA line and taking shots that we normally don't practice, and they fell in love with the blue line and got himself out of rhythm. And we made the adjustment in the second half, told him, listen, stay out, leave that blue line alone, and he did that and got into his rhythm shots. Brandon Morris had an excellent game. He finished the game for us. He made some huge plays down the stretch. So, man, we were just fortunate to come out this one. I mean, you just got to win the first one to get them all. So we're fortunate.
You win this ball game, that pushes you into the quarterfinals, and you meet the Marauders of Central State. You met them once during the course of the season, eked out a win there by 2 points. Your thoughts about going into that quarterfinal matchup with them?
Very, very tough matchup. Totally different from what we just faced tonight. They're a zone team. He probably run one of the best matchup zone, regardless of levels. It's real hard to figure out. So we just got to get to the books, got to go do my homework and try to figure out what will give us the best chance to win.
Coach, you win it in this opening round, on to the quarterfinals. Congratulations. We'll see you back here on Wednesday.
Yes, thank God. All right, appreciate you.
Head coach Fred Watson, as his Tigers of Benedict College push on into the tournament. They go to quarterfinal play after defeating the Magicians of LeMoyne-Owen College here in this opening round final in that ball game, 72-69. They will be meeting the Marauders on Wednesday in the SIAC tournament. More basketball action coming your way in our night's finale. It's going to be the Lady Tigers of Benedict College taking on the Tigerettes of Tuskegee in women's action. That's just ahead here from the Bill Harris Arena, and it's all live on HBCU Game Day.